Before tonight's game, we wanted to recognize a few individuals here that are joining us that played an instrumental role in Nashua High athletics and baseball here in Nashua. My name is Brad Zepenis. Very happy to be here tonight. Thank you, Farley Gates. I know he didn't want me to say anything about him, but Farley has done so much for the city of Nashua and baseball, so he really flies under the radar as well. So just give him a hand, please. Tonight we honor these individuals who represent over 50 years of dedication to baseball in Nashua. 65 according to Ron. You may not recognize him as you enter and leave the stadium, but you will certainly remember his legendary voice. Bob Bates has spent the better part of 40+ years volunteering at every level of baseball here in Nashua. Every July up in that box, announcing the Legion tournament 12+ hours a day, doing football games back when they were played here right at Holman Stadium and at Stello Stadium as well. He will forever be the voice of Nashua High baseball and football, Mr. Bob Bates. He is the foundation of Nashua sports and events. Larry Hodge was a mainstay on Buzz Harvey's offensive line. A Purple Panther through and through, his allegiance to Nashua sports is legendary. Every park, game, auditorium, we go and look for his white hair and we know we're at the right place. He roots for our north, south, middle schools, our Legion teams. And so we thank you so much for your commitment, Larry. And you already got your award, so. Larry being the foundation leaves only the pillars for Bill Neverett. Larry and Bill are found together at every game in the city. Bill's commitment to Nashua sports has led to his son, BJ, coaching here in Nashua for over 30 seasons, including 2 state championships for the Panthers in 2001 and 2005, and also the backbone of the Nashua Silver Knights, which will be starting up soon. And his son Tim, longtime broadcaster of the Nashua Pirates here at Holman Stadium, and also the Pittsburgh Pirates, and now the voice of the Boston Red Sox. So Bill, your love of Nashua sports is unparalleled. We appreciate everything you do, and please give Bill a round of applause. Some of you will remember his playing days. Well, just a couple. But Adam Garekis actually told me today, growing up with polio disease and overcoming, he may be the best basketball player to ever come out of Nashua. He's Nashua's all-time leading basketball scorer, and if they had a three-point line back from when he played in 67 to 70, they'd still be counting him. I'll never forget a Legion game growing up. We were at Gill Stadium. I was watching my older brother play with Adam's sons. He came up to me and brought me up to the press box up at Gill Stadium. It was an awesome experience, so I thank him for that and thank him for everything he's done. This last guy is very special to me. He's my cousin, and for those of you that didn't see him play, he might be the best baseball player to ever come out of Nashua. Ron Cody did it better than anyone. 3 starts and 3 state championships with 2 wins is impressive. But a no-hitter and a one-hitter with 27 strikeouts back during 1951 and 52 championships for Nashua High was all more impressive. Going on to play at Holy Cross being drafted by the Boston Red Sox and playing in AAA with Carl Yastrzemski. After my dad passed back in February, Ron and I have been in contact a lot more, sharing stories about baseball here in Nashua and our pro career. So, Ron, I'm so happy you're here tonight. I'm so happy I can introduce you, and you're more deserving of this award than anyone. Guys, lastly, one last note to you current players. Enjoy the game tonight. This is what I miss most, this game right here. Enjoy playing on this field. We are so lucky to be playing at Holman Stadium. There's no other high school in the state that has this amenity right here. And as you see all these guys right here, when you put Nashua on your jersey, just realize you're representing them, and they're back here watching you and following you every step of the way. So good luck the rest of the way, guys.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to historic Holman Stadium here in beautiful Nashua, New Hampshire for tonight's Division I Battle of the Bridge baseball matchup between the visiting Nashua North Titans and your Nashua South Purple Panthers. At this point, would you please all rise and remove your hats? The singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be sung by a combined chorus from our three middle schools, Pennachuck, Elm Street, and Fairgrounds, under the direction of Fairgrounds' own Mrs. P.
Hello everybody and welcome to historic Holman Stadium for tonight's Battle of the Bridge baseball game between Nashua High South and Nashua High North. Hello, I'm John Collins along with Tom King. Our cameraman for tonight's game is Tim O'Neill. It was a nice day for a little while, but
it was a nice day for a long while until we got here, and then all of a sudden the clouds come in. But those clouds may keep us a little warmer, John, and then have that radiational cooling that we had the previous night when we saw Riv and Daniel Webster played our last game. Tonight's game, two teams that are still struggling to find themselves. South 3-5, North at 3-4. They probably also would have liked to have gotten a lot more games in at this point. They should have at least 11 or 12 by this point in the season, but they had so many postponements due to weather. It's good that they're getting this game in. I'd like to see this game played near the end of the year, though, when it's a little warmer and the teams are more settled in. Interesting move tonight. South is going to start Joe Ruthier, and if you remember last year, Ruthier just held North, just had them completely off balance, pitched a whale of a game. It's a better North team this year, though. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
See if he can bamboozle them again. North will be the visiting team. for tonight's purposes. They'll be batting first, and you see the Nashua High South team sprinting out into the field in their traditional purple jerseys and white uniform pants, bright white uniform pants. As Tom mentioned, it's been a season rife with postponements. As a matter of fact, North was supposed to play Keene on Saturday. 2 days from now, they've already postponed that game and rescheduled it for Tuesday at 10 a.m. And why is that?
No, that won't be at 10 in the morning. Even that was the original start. They just never changed it.
Oh, okay.
They're going to.
Yeah.
They know that Saturday their field is going to be wiped out.
Exactly.
They were supposed to play that game.
So that'll be after school.
They were supposed to play that game last Tuesday right here.
Okay.
But the weather just, it was drizzly in the morning. That kills this field. By the way, Tim O'Neill, you get a shot. Our new scoreboard is out there, almost getting ready to get going. That top
not lit up yet.
That top half is the video.
Sweet. That's almost as big as the TV in the compound in Tom King's house, but on top there, the video board. That'll be interesting when that gets going. The Nashua Silver Knight season begins on Friday, June 2. You can get tickets now. That'll be an opening night in June when we hope the temperature's about 25 degrees warmer than it is right now, and the sun may be out. There's no rain, though. This game will be played, and it is going to be 7 innings. Unlike the 9-inning contest that we recorded last night right here at Holman Stadium, where the temperature at game time was 53 degrees and plummeted thereafter for the rest of what became a 4-hour contest, the last athletic contest of any kind in the history of Daniel Webster College and the 51-year history of Daniel Webster. And the Eagles took it by scoring 8 runs in the 9th inning. The last ever inning in DWC baseball history was one of their most productive innings in their history. They erased a 2-run deficit and won 15-9. Matter of fact, the player that was at the plate when they scored the go-ahead run was Dakota Williams, whose initials are DW. He was at the plate. They threw a wild pitch, did the Riviera Raiders, and that became the 10th run of the game. So Daniel Webster living a charmed life in their final day of life as an athletic program last night, and we got to cover it right here on NashuaETV. That's a game you can look up on YouTube on the NashuaETV channel. The first pitch of the game from Nashua High South's right-handed pitcher Joe Ruthier is a strike. He's facing Grant Coy, and he throws one just inside to catcher Tony Columbus. Columbus thought that was a strike as well, kind of glanced back over his shoulder at the umpire in subtle fashion, as catchers will do once they throw the ball back to the pitcher. Columbus throws that one in the dirt. So Grant Coy, who is the right fielder for the Titans and their leadoff hitter, is ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. As you can see, Ruthier works really quickly. Top to the shortstop on 3 hops. Alex Amigo gets it across in time. 1 up and 1 down here in the Titans' top half of the first. Amigo made a nice play on a pretty lively 3-hopper. Alex Amigo at shortstop. His brother Owen is right behind him out in left field. At first base, making a nice play on the back end of that ground out was Zach Finkelstein for Nashua South. The 2-hitter for the Titans is Jeremiah Latham, the designated hitter. Lively crowd on hand for both teams, and Latham laces it to right field on a hop. Tyler Avinson wasn't playing all that deep, but with the speedy Latham going down the line, even though it was a 1-hop line drive single, there was no chance to throw him out from right field. It's always a possibility with slower runners. So 1 out and 1 on for the Titans here in the top half of the first inning. There was a pretty good swing put on there by Jeremiah Latham. And here is the big hitter for the Titans. That one goes over the head, a fastball right past the noggin of first baseman Pat McCarthy for the Titans. Had a duck out of the way of that one. Tony Columbus did see Latham take off with that pitch, but wasn't able to glove it. It was kind of a screen shot coming over the head of the tall right-handed batter McCarthy, who has to bend out of the way of that one. Does the limbo with some more chin music from Joe Ruthier. Some uncharacteristic wildness from Ruthier here in the first inning. He does have an out, but the Titans do have a runner in scoring position, the speedy Latham. That's a strike at the top of the zone. It was right down the middle, but not the pitch that McCarthy was looking for. Up 2 balls and no strikes in the count. Now it's 2-1. Change up, and way out ahead of it was McCarthy. That pitch was about 10 miles an hour slower than the fastball that came before it. Good pitch by Ruthier. Put it in the same pitching lane too. Tries it again. He comes inside with a changeup, and fighting it off was McCarthy. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Ashworth, the cleanup batter and catcher for the Titans, is awaiting his turn on deck. Only 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Curveball doesn't bite enough to come down into the zone, and it's taken high by Pat McCarthy, who's got a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the 3-hitter in the Titans batting order. These 2 teams bunched up in the middle of the standings in Division I. Pokes it to right. That's going to be a base hit. They're going to wave Latham home, and the throw is going to be late. Actually, it was cut off. It would have been interesting to see what kind of a play there may have been at the plate, but Finkelstein, the first baseman, elected to cut it off and hold McCarthy at first. It's an RBI single for Pat McCarthy. A great job of 2-strike hitting by the Titans' first baseman. That pitch looked like it was going to be paint on the outside corner. Not sure if it was a fastball or another one of those changeups, but McCarthy was able to stay back just enough to poke it through the hole on the right side of the infield. 1 run in for the Titans. And McCarthy at first base. He does not take off with the first pitch as Latham did. Latham, a good job of lacing a single, stealing second, and scoring on what could have been a close play on the single by McCarthy. So Latham, a star here early in this game. And McCarthy diving back into the bag. Andrew Ashworth, the catcher, with his first chance at Ruthier. Hits it in the air to center. It's a long run for the center fielder. He's not going to get there. It falls in front of Alex Parrott. 2 hits. Make it 3 hits in the inning for the Titans. Joe Ruthier, who shut down this North team a year ago on NashuaETV, is finding this to be a very different Titans lineup here in 2017. Effective swings being put on the baseball by the Titans here in the first half inning of the game. So McCarthy is at second base, Ashworth is at first base, and the hitter is Alex Richard, the third baseman. First pitch swinging, skies it to shallow right. It'll be the infield fly rule, and the batter was automatically called out. But still making the play was Ryan Kozera. So there are 2 down here in the first inning as Ashworth pops out. 2, 3, 4 hitters singled in succession. 1 run is in, runners at first and second. And Casey Lane, the left fielder, getting his first look at Joe Ruthier tonight. First pitch swinging, fouls it into the first base stands. There were so many foul balls in that 4-hour baseball game last night between Daniel Webster and Ruthier. The public address announcer, Spike, was begging the fans to track down the fouls and bring them back to the field because they nearly ran out of baseballs. And that would have been an ignominious end to Daniel Webster's. And because at 11:30 at night, there wasn't too many places where you could rush out and buy college baseballs, or even Little League baseballs. Ground ball to the second baseman. Gobbling it up on 3 hops was Kozura, and he throws to first to retire the side. North leaves 2 base runners. They do plate 1 run, so Ruthier limits the damage as Casey Lane grounds out. And we go to the bottom of the first. The score is Nashua North 1 and Nashua High South coming to bat. To the bottom of the first inning we go. Nashua South will send Alex Amigo, Joe Ruthier the pitcher, and Mason Matzlewski to the plate here in the bottom of the first. South trailing by a run as they come to bat for the first time. South has had some close games this season. They were in a battle with Bishop Girton, a game that we covered that they won 8-4 in late April, one of their 3 wins. The first pitch from C.J. Barrett is a strike call. The fastball right over the top comes Barrett. Hits the outside corner on Alex Amigo. The shortstop made a nice play in the top half of the first. He's late on this fastball, and he's fighting it off to the right side for strike 2 on the Panthers' leadoff hitter. South nearly upset one of the top teams, or I should say the top team in New Hampshire boys Division I baseball a few days ago. They lost to Exeter at home 4-3. Very close game against a team that is at the very top of the D1 standings with a record of 9-0. Fouled off, look out. That was press box glass high, and it might have hit the glass in front of Tom King's booth over there. He does most of his typing. Did not break the glass. That's scooped in the dirt smartly by Andrew Ashworth doing the catching for C.J. Barrett. Pat McCarthy is the first baseman for North. Sam Martin, the second baseman. Jack Gould at short and Alex Richard at third to round out the infield. A one-hopper gloved by Gould to first base in time. What a brilliant piece of glove work that was by Jack Gould on a blistering one-hopper off the bat of Alex Amigo. Not an easy play. An assist on that play goes to the Holman Stadium grounds crew, as that was a true hop as fast as it was struck. That was about a 100-mile-an-hour shot off the bat of Amigo, and somehow Gould was able to glove it cleanly, and Amigo with his speed still made it close. It's pretty high in the air to center, but Tony Gallinaro had a bead on it from the get-go, and he puts it away. So in 2 pitches, C.J. Barrett's got a couple of hard hit outs. Mason Matzlewski is the designated hitter. He is batting in place of the third baseman Hunter Ruthier, who is not in the batting order but is playing defense for the Panthers in this game. Barrett, similar to Ruthier, working pretty quickly out on the mound. He's got that straight over the top 12-6 delivery. Pitches downhill. He gets ahead in the count on Mason Matzlewski. 2 strikes on the Panthers DH. Fouled off to the right. I mentioned the infielders for North. The second baseman, Sam Martin. I happen to be friends with his dad, Steve Martin, who plays in the over 40 league in New Hampshire, and his name really is Steve Martin. Look out! Right back to the booth here again. And they're taking a shot at the real live Tom King bobblehead. To our right momentarily. That's topped to the plate. It's a swinging bunt. It's going to be a tough play. It's in the dirt, and it's a base hit. It was too tough of a play for Andrew Ashworth to get up from behind the plate and track down the speedy Matzlewski. I'm going to call it a swinging bunt hit, although some people might disagree. It was a tough play. And with 2 outs, South has a base runner aboard for Alex Parrott, the cleanup hitter and left-handed batting center fielder. It's interesting about the second baseman, Sam Martin. He's got the sunglasses on as that pitch is fouled off. He will not need them. They're up on his brim of his cap. Lights are on here early at Holman Stadium, as they should be. Curveball swung on and missed. Parrott double clutched at Barrett as that pitch came in the Barrett versus Parrott battle. Carves that one off to the left, and a long run for the third baseman. Too low was that pop-up for Alex Richard to get over there in time before it one-hopped off the tarp. By the way, that tarp was not here, I believe. Was it last night or the April 20? Wow, that's new. Brought it in. The field looks to be in excellent shape, by the way. Somebody dragged the infield as well to smooth it out. 2 strikes on Parrott. Fouls another one off. Third base stands. Still in the building. So the cleanup hitter, Parrott, struggling to square up some of these breaking balls from the right arm of C.J. Barrett. Modest lead at first base for Matzlewski. That's a breaking ball that stays outside. The Titans outfielders defending against Parrott straight away at all positions. Fairly shallow in right field is Grant Coy. If Parrott gets a hold of one, he might burn that right fielder, but he swings through it. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. Great job of pitching by C.J. Barrett. Gets the game's first strikeout. After 1 full inning of play, it's the Titans of Nashua North in the lead, 1-0. Sam Martin leading off here in the top of the second inning, the second baseman for Nashua High North. I am instinctively looking to the scoreboard that is not yet operational here, the new scoreboard at Holman Stadium. I think Martin's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Ruthier peering in at the umpire quizzically as if to say he thought both of those pitches were strikes. So Martin operating ahead in the count. Swings and fouls it straight back. He had a pretty good pitch to hit right there. Just underneath it. Ruthier back into the windup. Breaking ball came right in on the hands of Martin, and he fouls it off. 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sam Martin, or maybe 2-2. Ground ball up the middle and through into center field. A leadoff base hit for Sam Martin here in the top of the second inning. Nice job of hitting that fastball back from where it came. Kicked up a puff of dust on the mound and
number 4, Jack Gold.
Went on through the middle. So leadoff batter aboard for the Titans here in the top of the second inning, and Jack Gould, the shortstop, first pitch swinging, laces it inside the left field line for a base hit. Guarding the line was Owen Amigo, so no chance for a double. But just like that, the Titans have their first 2 batters aboard here in the top of the second, threatening to expand their 1-0 lead. The 9-hitter is up there here in the second inning. Titans doing a pretty good job of getting everybody involved early. Tony Gallinaro, the center fielder, made a nice catch earlier in this one, and he gets to bat with teammates on first and second and nobody out. Also a left-handed batter. Pickoff play at second. Sam Martin saw that one coming and got back in plenty of time. Not even a tag by South shortstop Alex Amigo, as Tony Gallinaro gets reset at the plate. Slightly open stance. Bunting pops it up over the screen right below us. Got a pretty good pitch to bunt right there, just couldn't get on top of it. And that might have been a tough play for Hunter Ruthier at third base. He's playing even with the bag. Now he's creeping in a bit. Let's see if Gallinaro tries the bunt again. He is bunting, and that one's up and away. Nowhere near the strike zone, so it was a pretty easy decision for the Titans center fielder. Sam Martin leading off at second base. Jack Gould off of first base. The pitch to Gallinaro, bunts it back to the pitcher. And not even thinking about third, just taking the safe route was Ruthier as he gets the first out of the inning. Had he spun around and made an accurate throw, he would have been able to get Martin at third base, but not even thinking about it was Ruthier. That's a vote of confidence in himself that he can shut the door here with one out and two runners in scoring position and first base empty. For the leadoff hitter in the order, fourth hitter in this inning, Grant Coy. Coy grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. The sacrifice was successful by Tony Gallinaro. Curveball goes right over the helmet of Grant Coy, who ducked forward. Ground ball toward the second baseman and through. Base hit. 2 runs are going to score as the throw comes in late. A 2-run single by Grant Coy. It is a 3-0 Titans lead here in the top of the second. Clutch hit by Grant Coy. Look like he got a fastball in the outer third, put the barrel on it, and it skidded on through. The infield was back for the Panthers, but it was a well-placed ground ball. We're going to get a visit to the mound here. With 1 out and 1 on, Jeremiah Latham hit the first pitch that he saw in the first inning to right field for a single and scored the game's first run. Textbook baseball by the Titans. 2 singles, sacrifice, and a 2-run single. Do that every inning and you'll score 14 runs. Joe Ruthier's got other ideas as he gets set on the rubber in the stretch, looking over his shoulder at Coy, who is a threat to steal. Doesn't go. Sort of a pitch out, although had Coy gone, Tony Columbus kind of lost the handle on that fastball low and away. 1 ball and no strikes on Latham. There was nothing to swing at on the first pitch this time. Coy not going again, and that's a strike. The umpire's strike call reminds me of a Teletubby. And if you have a little kid, you know what I'm talking about. Tim does not know what I'm talking about. Bunt toward the third baseman. Tough play. Columbus makes it, Ruthier makes it look easy. The pitcher, like a cat off the mound, actually threw out the batter, Latham, by a step and a half. It is like a good attempt, but not what Latham wanted. He was going for a hit on that and didn't get it. So runner in scoring position with 2 out for Pat McCarthy, and he ducks out of the way of what turned out to be a curveball that bent over the outside corner. So McCarthy was fooled, but Ruthier missed with that up. It's ball 1. And the 1-0 is on the way. High to center. Alex Parrott coming forward and calls everybody off, makes the catch. Difficult play. Good communication, no collision, and Parrott, sprinting hardest, was able to make the catch. 3 out, but 2 big runs are in for the Titans, and they've got a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Owen Amigo will lead off here in the bottom of the second inning. South trailing 3-0. Amigo first pitch swinging, batting in the 5 spot in the order. He'll be followed by Tyler Arneson and Zach Finkelstein. C.J. Barrett, pretty impressive in his first inning of work. Owen might have chased one out of the zone up high there. He could not catch up to the fastball from Barrett. So second strikeout of the game for CJ.
Barrett seems to be on his game. South's overswinging a little bit, John. But I'll tell you what, Ruthier is having difficulty getting past the top 3 or 4 North hitters. And that didn't happen last year.
No, and I said it's a very different lineup here in 2017. Some smart hitting. Some of those hits they got they were not meatballs. They were pitches on the outer frame, going with the pitch.
Exactly.
There's some smart hitting, and the 2, 3, 4 hitters came up big for the Titans. So they've got a 3-0 lead. Actually, the 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters, because I want to throw their leadoff hitter Grant Coy into that mix. 2-run single for him there in the second. I had a little bit of trouble reading your chicken scratch on the current hitter here. Is it Arneson, Tyler?
Yeah, Arneson.
Tyler?
Yep.
Arneson, good.
It wasn't my chicken scratch, John.
No, it was the stuff you emailed me.
Yeah, I didn't write that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, that's the lineup card from the team.
I thought you wrote it down. You took a photo of it. That's right. Sorry.
Yes.
My apologies. Don't tell me you don't have chicken scratch.
But I wouldn't give it to you.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't. Well, John, next time I'll tell you what.
Oh.
You can get here at 6:15.
Are you stressed? Are you stressed?
How about that? You can get here at 6:15.
Are you doing 15 things?
You just lost points off a cool pass at the compound.
Oh, which I have never seen, by the way. 2 strikeouts in the inning for C.J.
You were out
Barrett.
in front of it one day.
As far as I know, it's a mythological.
You were out in front of it one day.
Oh,
you
I
didn't
was.
go in. Yes.
Oh, that's
you were in
right,
a car.
I was.
You didn't go in. Yep.
Zach Finkelstein batting with 2 out and no on. In fact, trying to avoid being part of a 1-2-3 strikeout the side inning at this point for C.J. Barrett,
yeah.
who's ahead in the count now, 0-1.
Don't forget, pitching is at a premium, so they have to watch his count. And Barrett, if he can be efficient and do it quickly, in terms of not having a lot of pitches, that helps. Ruthier, meanwhile, he's probably ringing up some of that count.
Well, it's a king in his court inning right now. The legendary softball pitcher used to just go out with him and his catcher and beat teams, as C.J. Barrett basically playing catch right now with Andrew Ashworth. Has 2 strikes on Finkelstein. The players were coming off the field, and I don't blame them. I don't know where that missed. And Finkelstein very fortunate to still be up there. That looked like it caught the outside corner. I see a conversation going on right now between Ashworth and the umpire. That one's way outside, goes to the backstop. So I think it's a full count right now on Zach Finkelstein. Amazing to me that That was not a caught looking.
And that's what you don't want to see if you're, one of these coaches, or north-south coach.
That's up. It's a walk.
You don't want to see your pitchers in too many 3-2 counts.
Yep. Both these teams have 3 wins on the season. Tons of postponements, as we mentioned earlier. South's 3 wins came against Londonderry, BG, game we covered, and Winnacunnet. They beat Winnacunnet 11-1. I mentioned, Tom, impressive game against 9-0 Exeter. They only lost by a run. Sinking fast, but a catch made.
He played perfectly. They moved the left fielder in, and he makes the catch.
Casey Lane with the catch to retire the side. So another impressive inning for C.J. Barrett. We go to the top of the third. 3-0. The Titans leading it. You're watching NashuaETV. John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill. It is a Thursday, May 4th of 2017 as we record this. May the 4th be with you for all you Star Wars fans.
Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Hold the Mayo. Yeah, I think, and if you're outside, you may sink because of the way the rain is going to be later in the day.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately. North's 3 wins, by the way, came against Memorial, Alvern, and Timberlane. A couple of impressive wins, too. 3-0 against both Alvern and Memorial. I guess somebody pitched a gem, or maybe 2 people.
Alvern, they used a couple of pitchers.
Couple pitchers.
Yep.
North played a tough team in Bedford and lost 5-1 in mid-April. Their next game is going to be on Tuesday after school, hosting Keene. South's next game is scheduled for Monday at 4 o'clock at Merrimack. That's a game that they do expect to win if you go by the standings. Merrimack at 2-6. Winnacunnet 0-9. Having the toughest season in Division I. We mentioned that North and South are pretty close to the middle of the pack. North 3-4 and South 3-5, 12th and 13th in the standings, respectively. And the 2 undefeated teams, big surprise, Exeter and Bedford in Division I. Ground ball sharply hit on 2 hops. Hunter Ruthier across and makes the play. And brother Joe appreciates it. And sharply struck ball. So 1 up, 1 down here in the Titans' 3rd inning.
Now batting, number 24, Alex Richard.
That was Andrew Ashworth, who singled his first time and made the first out. Andrew Ashworth popped up. Alex Richard, by the way, popped up to the second baseman. Rips it down the left field line. It's off the bricks. And it's going to be a double for Richard. First pitch swinging, rips one down the line. And we have a runner in scoring position for the Titans as they seek to add to their 3-0 lead.
And as you said, he had popped out earlier. So this time,
different story.
No doubt about it.
Didn't take much time at all to get down on the grass and to the red brick wall at the 3:07 mark here at Holman Stadium. Casey Lane grounded to second his first time up, and he pops to second. Actually, a looper, and he's going to be an easy double up at second and the inning.
They
base
thought
running
it was
gap.
going to be a bloop hit.
Yep.
And instead of playing it halfway, they got greedy. They wanted the runs.
It's a double play on a lazy looper that was gloved by the second baseman. And Ryan Kozura tossed it to Alex Amigo for the 4-6 double play. Big base running error there by Alex Richard, who earned himself a double, but then I don't know if he maybe, like Tom said, he got greedy. He thought he had read the play as a blue pit, or maybe he forgot the outs. But anyway, he was at third base when it was caught. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. 3-0, the Titans lead, the first inning in which the Titans did not score. See where Bishop Girton is in the standings. Unfortunately, they're second to last
right now.
I'm at 2-6 in the NHIA.
Yeah, well, yeah. The one I saw last.
Struggling. I know you already told me this, but how many teams make the playoffs? Is it 12?
12 in all divisions.
Wow, that has the two North teams here, two Nashua teams on the cusp.
Right. Oh, there's a lot that's going to change between now and 3 weeks from now.
Leading off, number 12, Ryan
Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand.
Ryan Kozura gets leadoff duty. Second baseman up for the first time in this game here in the bottom of the third inning. Batting in the 9 spot. C.J. Barrett cruising right along. Has allowed 1 hit. Late swing, look out. Puts the seat back and bounds down into the first row behind the dugout. South needing to get something going here, trailing 3-0. That one misses high. It's a 12-6 delivery from Barrett. He has to almost duck his head out of the way to accommodate his arm coming straight over the top. Sort of like Tim Lincecum, but not, because Lincecum shows you more of his back, I believe, and kind of points toward third base, whereas Barrett kind of yanks his glove hand out of the way early. Well, he walks the leadoff batter here, the 9 batter, not what C.J. Barrett had in mind when he went out there to begin the third inning. Back to the top of the order, Alex Amigo grounded out to the shortstop.
Walking
his first
number
time
9 is never a good thing.
Amigo hit a blistering 1-hopper that Jack Gould gloved like Omar Vizquel out there in the bottom of the first inning. And threw out Amigo only by a step. Even though he hit it so hard on 1 hop, he nearly beat it out. Top of the order for the Panthers, trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the third of a 7-inning contest. Creeping in on the grass over at third base is Alex Richard, even though it may be doubtful that the Panthers will play for 1 run down by 3. Strike called over the outside corner. Springing to his feet was Andrew Ashworth, just in case Kozura thought about stealing. Throw over to first, and back in pretty good time was
South does
Kozura.
not seem to run an awful lot. I thought they were going to take some chances in the earlier, the previous 2 innings, and they didn't do it.
Barrett firing over to first again to Pat McCarthy, first baseman, implying some emphatic tags, but clearly late. There he goes. Fake bunt, throw to second, is up the first base side, and that is not going to get him.
No, it's not.
Stolen base, Ryan Kozura. A perfect throw might have had him. So in scoring position, with nobody out, is Kozira for Alex Amigo. Checks his swing on the high fastball.
Kozira.
Thanks. That is a Z in the name, which reminds me, happy 125th birthday to Zip Collins, former Boston Braves infielder. My great-great-great-uncle, not really. And you know how he got the nickname Zip? It was not
Ran
because
fast.
It was not. I thought so too. It was because of his throwing arm. He only stole like 6 bases in 5 years. 5 seasons. High pop, right field line, a chance, and an out. What a nice play by Grant Coy. He's got that leadoff batter speed, the right fielder does, and he ran a long way to get that fly out in foul territory.
Yeah, Coy's got some speed. He's a good athlete. And they didn't want to test his arm either, if you noticed.
No.
I might have tagged him up, but they didn't want to try it.
I think it's Zip Coy out there in right field. If we're going to call somebody Zip based on the throwing arm. I believe it's safe to say the late Zip Collins, although I don't know how he may have passed away. Chewing tobacco, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Fouled back to the screen by Joe Ruthier.
What is now I got you. Now I got you.
Go ahead.
What is the oldest surviving nickname of a team in professional sports? Longest running.
Boy, you're not even going to tell me the sport.
No. Well, I'll tell you, it's baseball.
It is baseball?
Yes, it is baseball.
And it survived till today?
It survived since 1883.
I'm going to think about it just for a little bit. I should know that. Is it the Reds, the Red Legs?
No.
No? It is baseball. Ruthier versus C.J. Barrett. Curveball's in the dirt. Good take by Ruthier. Nice stop by Andrew Ashworth. It's not the Red Sox, because they were the Bean Eaters back then. And the Yankees were something else too, like not the Hillbillies, something like that. They weren't the Yankees until after.
I heard this today as I was watching the game. No. Nice try, Pete. Mr. Pitt. We got to call him Pete Johnson.
Yeah,
Mr.
he wanted it to be Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he did.
I don't have my phone.
Ground ball up the middle. Nice play by Gould.
Very
Dug out.
good play. Dug it out.
Second out of the inning. To third base goes Kozira. Braves.
Yep.
Tim, got anything? Oh, you
nope.
Okay. See,
it is.
I think they wouldn't call them the Pirates because I think there were still Pirates around in 1883.
It is, because since it's the senior circuit.
Look at that
pop-up.
Wow.
This is playable.
That looked like one of the fireworks on Friday night.
No, it was not playable. I thought it was going to hang in there. It did not. I'm surprised.
You know what? I get the perfect anecdote for that. Dave Kingman's 180-foot pop-up, May 4th, 1984, enters a drainage valve in the Metrodome roof and sticks there in the middle of the game, much to the surprise of the Twins infielders waiting.
Don't deviate from the story. Come on now.
What, you mean the nickname?
Yes. You can't get it? Try to switch away. Make yourself look smart.
No, I wanted to do it because it was a pop-up. It was a huge pop-up that you lost track of.
And what happened to it? What did Kingman do? He had a lot of
pop-ups. He got a double for it.
Yeah, I
He
bet.
hit a 180-foot pop-up straight up. It got stuck in the roof, and he gave him a double. It never came down. All right, back to your nickname. The longest surviving sports nickname in history happens to be in baseball. And let's see. It's not the Nationals, is it? They brought it back.
Please.
Maybe brought it back. No.
Ready? Ready for the
Go
answer?
ahead.
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Phillies is that old?
Yes, it is. That's going to be a base hit, maybe. Let's see.
And you know,
Get over it.
it is
No,
a hit.
it is. It's a hit and a run. Barrett gets touched for a run and RBI by Matalewski.
Matalewski with a clutch 2-out hit. And
3-1.
they are on the scoreboard. You know, I thought of the Phillies and immediately dismissed them. Because I
It's
don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
Never count the Phillies out, right, Pete John?
Wow.
No rivalry there? No rivalry there? Okay. Yeah, Pete says count out.
Ripped at one hop to the second baseman. And Sam Martin makes the play nicely.
But the Panthers pick up a run.
That was Alex Parrott grounding out. Not before the Titans do plate their leadoff batter in the inning,
Or the
Ryan Kazira, and it is a 3-1 game.
Panthers.
The Panthers plated their first run. 3-1, the Titans lead it as we go to the top of the fourth.
At the end of 3, North leads 3-1.
Dave Kingman, I mentioned, most people know him as the Chicago Cub, but when he was playing the Twins at the Metrodome, he happened to be on the Oakland A's at that
He's
time.
played for a few. He was a Yankee very briefly.
Oh, that's right, he was.
He was in 1977 or 78. I think it was 77.
Yeah.
Hit a home run. I saw him in person. Hit a home run at Fenway Park for the Yankees.
Wow,
When I was a student at Northeastern.
Over everything?
You know, it might have gone over everything. Yeah.
Dave Kingman lived up to his name in his heyday, man. He had some moonshots. He was about 6'6", I think, or was even taller. He totally filled up the right-handed batter's box. He was like skinny Frank Howard. Sam Martin.
Now batting, number 2, Sam Martin.
Just made that nice defensive play. We'll lead it off here in the fourth inning. He led off the second inning with a single and came around to score on Grant Coy's 2-run single. So Martin is 1 for 1 as he stands in against Joe Ruthier. Inside outs that one, fouls it off toward the third base zone team's dugout. 1 strike on the Titans' second baseman. And I mentioned Sam's dad is in fact Steve Martin, Tom. And he is a wild and crazy guy. I can confirm that.
As wild and crazy as me.
He's a first baseman in the over 40 league. Pretty good player. And he's got a son who's a pretty good player as well. Swings and misses at that fastball from Ruthier. So the Panther starter is ahead in the count to the leadoff batter here in the fourth. Titans trying to add to their 3-1 lead. Look out, that one was about 100 miles an hour, went over the barrier in front of the depleted third base dugout that has no longer any kind of a roof. Ground ball back to the pitcher, and Ruthier flips it to first. 1 up, 1 down here in the fourth inning. That'll bring up Jack Gould, who also singled and scored.
Number 4, Jack.
I can't keep blessing you. As powerful as I am, I can't keep blessing.
Titans have 7 hits in this one, including a double. Jack Gould's got one of those 7 hits. First pitch swinging, pop up, left side of the infield. Gould, Ruthier is calling everybody off and makes the play. He is not one of those pitchers that's defensively challenged. Ruthier's made a few nice plays from the mound tonight. 2 outs in the 4th, nobody on. Tony Gallinaro, who successfully sacrificed 2 runners along his first time up, batting now with nobody aboard and 2 out. Takes the ball outside. Foul tipped. 1-1. Swung on and missed, so Gallinaro finds himself down in the count. 2 strikes on the batter, 2 outs on the Titans, and Ruthier trying to get his first one. Actually, he had another 1-2-3 inning if you want to count the double play that occurred in the 3rd inning. After the double by Richard, he was doubled off at second base. Only 3 batters came up. That was outside. Had 2-seam movement on it. Ended up about 6 inches outside to Gallinaro. Strike 3, froze him with a fastball over the inside corner.
And now Ruthier is in rhythm. You see him running off the mound. That tells you that he's got rhythm, he's got momentum.
Yep.
Slow start that he didn't have last year. 2
run down. The Panthers will come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning on NashuaETV. South will send their 5, 6, 7 batters to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. Owen Amigo, Tyler Arneson, and Zach Finkelstein due up. You got me thinking, Tom, with the oldest nickname in sports history being the Phillies. There was an American League team in Philadelphia. Do you know their nickname when they had the team in Philly? Once upon a time.
Philadelphia A's.
Philadelphia Athletics. Yeah. Ty Cobb ended up playing for them. He was a player manager. Owen Amigo would love to get on base here. His team is trailing by 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th of a 7-inning contest. Big swing and foul tips that one. Fouled off to the right, not a play. So Amigo now trying to survive here against C.J. Barrett with 2 strikes. Ground ball to the shortstop. Jack Gould, too high, safe at first. It's going to be an error on the shortstop. Owen Amigo is in fact on board.
Tell you what, the South team, I've seen them play. You give them an inch, they'll take the mile. They need that door open just a little bit.
That right there.
Because they're an aggressive team, John.
Yeah, that's a good example of why I think that reaching on errors should be counted in your on-base percentage as a baseball player.
As a baseball player, yeah, I don't disagree with that. You know, I really don't. I hate to agree with you on anything. With that,
I know,
but I don't disagree with that.
And you know, one of the reasons why you see a high throw like that, especially at this level, you notice how fast the guy's getting down the line out of the corner of your eye, and you rush the throw. Hustle pays off with a speedy guy like Owen Amigo in that way. But yet in the pros, they do not count. Reached on an error in the OBP. So now C.J. Barrett's got to work from the stretch with Tyler Arneson up there. Arneson, a strikeout victim, his first time up. That's low. Arneson was batting against C.J. Barrett in the second inning when Barrett was in rhythm and working from the windup, having just struck out Owen Amigo previously. There goes the runner. It's low and inside. The ball's launched into center field.
Yeah, definitely. You knew he was going to go. There's no doubt about it.
Nice backup by Sam Martin.
They love to put pressure on you. You know, whenever they can. That's why I was very surprised that they didn't do it early on.
Right. And you don't know, maybe a player here or there is nicked up and can't run at his top speed. But clearly, Amigo's got the wheels working in this one. As Arneson took a ball low and inside there. It was a good pitch to steal on, too. He's going to bunt. It's the pitcher. It's a long way to run for Barrett, and he's not going to get there in time.
Well, you'd say bunt single that way.
It was the second baseman covering, and Sam Martin did a nice tiptoe reach and stretch to glove that one, or would have ended up in the bullpen.
And now you got runners at first and third.
That has got to be a base hit. To third base goes Owen Amigo. So Arneson gets it done. First and third and nobody out. The tie run was aboard. The potential lead run at the plate in Zach Finkelstein, who walked his first time up. That's outside. 1 ball and no strikes to the Panthers first baseman. Looking to his third base coach for the sign or signs, or maybe it's just a sign to steal second in this situation. Let's see if Arneson takes off. He does. There is a throw. It's going to bounce, and into center field it goes.
Allow a run to score. E2.
And the runner goes all the way to third. Oh, errors have hurt Titans badly here in this fourth inning. It's a 1-run game now, 3-2, and the tie run is just 90 feet away with nobody out in the fourth. It's a ball you just got to, somebody's got to stop that one-hop throw to make sure that that doesn't happen. The runner at third, Amigo, was not going to go home until that ball went through. It was not a double steal, it was a wait and see, and he scored on the error. Second error in the inning.
And a walk.
So to first base goes Finkelstein. Never really did see anything to hit in that at bat. He's walked twice tonight. First and third again. Again, nobody out, and a visit to the mound. Titans will be hard pressed to get out of this inning without allowing the Panthers to tie it up. Tony Columbus is at the bat, and he flied out to left field his first time up. Ten years ago today or tonight, oldest hitter-pitcher confrontation in big league history.
10 years ago?
10 years ago, 2007. I'll give you the pitcher. You should be able to get the batter. Randy Johnson versus. They used to make jokes about how old.
10 years ago would have been what? 2007. 7. Johnson was still pitching for the Yankees at that point, wasn't he? Or was he not?
He was pitching for.
Or was he pitching for
the Diamondbacks?
Was he? I don't think so. No, he wasn't.
Well, it says here he was.
Was he? He must have gone back to Arizona.
Yeah, I think he did
to
finish his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, I don't
The
know.
Mets first baseman, Julio Franco, 49 years old.
Because Franco played for so many teams.
The combined ages of the pitcher and batter, 92. There goes the runner from first. It's a bunt back to the pitcher. Third base runner hangs.
And everybody,
it just turns into a sacrifice, kind of a wasted at bat.
Yeah, really.
I mean, you can steal second in that situation. We found out.
Yep.
So
and now your man Cosmo's going to be up.
Now batting, number 12,
Ryan Kozera walked, stole a base, and scored in the third inning, the first run of the game for the Panthers. So the odds shift a little bit back in the Titans' favor. First pitch swinging and just foul down the right field. Actually, it sliced a lot. There's an optical illusion there. For a second, it looked like it was going to sneak inside the bag, and first baseman Pat McCarthy in between. So Kozera, first pitch swinging. 2 runners in scoring position, representing the tie and go-ahead runs. Second pitch swinging, also late on the fastball, and he's down in the count 0-2. Big at bat here. C.J. Barrett would love to get an out without allowing the runners to move up. Of course, your odds of plating a run from third much higher with less than 2 out. 3-2, the Titans clinging to a 1-run lead here with 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ryan Kozera awaiting the 0-2 offering. It is high for ball 1. The really interesting thing about that at bat where Julio Franco faced Randy Johnson, the oldest hitter-pitcher confrontation in big league history, is that Franco homered off of Johnson in that at bat.
Wow.
Became the oldest to hit a home run.
No home run here.
No.
As Kozera strikes out.
Big strikeout. Because now there's 2 outs with 2 runners in scoring position. It puts the pressure on Alex Amigo, who has helped the Titans create a couple of defensive highlights tonight. The pitch in the dirt outside, good block by Andrew Ashworth. In the first inning, Amigo hit a 100-mile-an-hour one-hopper that Gould gloved and got him out at first on a ground out. And then he hit a foul fly out to right field that Grant Coy ran about 40 yards to track down. So Alex Amigo victimized twice by good Titans defense, trying to come up with a clutch 2-out hit here to give his team the lead possibly. And it's looking almost like a intentional walk here. Joe Ruthier is on deck.
Trying to make Ruthier beat you, but he's flown out to center and he's grounded out hard. So it's a tough decision.
Strike, a generous strike call there.
I don't want to load the bases. You know, you do not want to load the bases.
But at the other hand, he doesn't want to give in.
You've got 2 outs.
And give anything good to hit.
Well, you're not pitching to
ball 4.
You're pitching to Babe Ruth, even though it is
Alex
that's
Amigo.
true.
You're right.
Amigo's a good hitter.
No, he could have come right after.
Still, I just think you put the pressure on Barrett with the bases loaded.
You do.
In a in a 3-2 game.
And Ruthier's thinking about how much he would love to pitch with a lead, as he's back in rhythm on the mound. Now he's seeing if he can get it done at the plate. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the shortstop. Gould flips to second just in time.
I tell you, if I'm Gould, I take that myself. I don't even flip it.
That was close.
That's because I knew with Amigo running, it would be close. So 3 left on.
Yep, the fielder's choice ends the inning, and
2 errors and no hits.
Bucking the odds, the Titans are able to prevent the Panthers from tying it up. They had first and third with nobody out.
3-inning game, from what we can see here.
They didn't squeeze. They're going to bunt. Why not squeeze? Maybe it was a missed sign.
Yep.
Maybe you can ask about that later on, but a missed opportunity for the Panthers as they sent 6 batters to the plate and scored just the 1 run. Left them loaded. The Titans of Nashua North lead as they come to bat in the top of the 5th inning of a 7-inning contest. John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill. You're watching NashuaETV. Telecast recorded on Thursday, May 4th of 2017. I don't know if these guys are just keeping warm over here, or if they're possible relief pitchers warming up. South knows they're not playing again until Monday, so they may have several arms available to relieve Ruth here should he need it. Grant Coy leading off here in the top of the 5th, takes ball 1. Coy batting for the 3rd time in this game, 1 for 2. Swinging at the 1-0 pitch and fouls it high in the air into the seats to our right. Section 18 at Fenway Park, where the boys are playing tonight against the hated Orioles, I guess. They've replaced the Yankees in the big rivalry.
That's something. That's, you know, I don't understand all the furor over the ejection last night, and here's why. All right, yeah, sure, the ump didn't overreact. The ump did what he was told to do. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Don't get on the ump's case. The commissioner told the umpires, anybody gets hit, the pitcher's gone.
Yeah.
There was clearly that was the edict.
I would not put it past Buck Showalter to tell his pitcher, hey, you can hit him, but make sure it's your 77-mile-an-hour curveball.
I know.
Because they can't throw you out for that. He's morphing into Earl Weaver. Into the stands. Coy battling here against Joe Ruthier, who desperately wants to keep it a 1-run game. I like your take on that.
Oh, it's clear. Come on. I mean, that's not hard to figure out. Conference call in the day with just about every official from both teams.
Strike 3. Coy goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Jeremiah Latham, who's also 1 for 2. Runs scored.
Now batting, number 19, Jeremiah Latham.
Strike. You don't know who the Teletubbies are either, do you?
Who the what?
Teletubbies?
Nah.
Wow. You childless people.
Teletubby?
Yeah.
What?
It's a children's show.
I was just gonna say either that or it's soft
that
porn.
Umpire looks.
Taking a
please.
taking a photo.
NashuaETV.
Televising somebody taking a tubby.
No.
Without the bubbles.
I see where you're going.
All right.
Pop up. Is that playable? Columbus discovered that it was playable.
Yeah, very good, John.
But
that's good. Yeah. Go keep watching the Teletubbies.
Land ho.
See, you're going through this all over again now, Grandpa.
Land ho on the pop-up.
Grandpa's going
it hits
through
the
all
ground.
over this. John, I have work to do if you haven't noticed. Okay? I have a game to broadcast and results to type up.
To finish my anecdote, my observation, the umpire looks like a Teletubby from behind when he does the strike call. The big one. Was it Tiki? I got a granddaughter. She's 1. I've been watching again. Ground ball right side. Foul. So many moms of these players out here know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah. You heathens. Oh!
Ooh, there you go.
Here we go. There's some Orioles baseball.
Yep.
Ruthie is like, come on.
Well, Latham, Jeremiah likes to put on a little bit of a show sometimes.
Ruthie doesn't think he hit him.
I know he doesn't.
That was behind him. That was a Manny Machado, Chris Sale pitch. Latham's on with 1 out. Let's see if he tries to steal. Pat McCarthy has singled and flied out. Poked one through the right side of the infield for an RBI single his first time up. McCarthy's seen a lot of that. The fastball up around the chin tonight. As I guess the book is to pitch him inside if Ruthier can hit the corner. That one's low. And Joe struggling to throw strikes from the stretch position. 2 balls and no strikes to the number 3 hitter in the batting order for the Titans. That's high, 3-0. Let's see if he gets the green light. And it's a situation where I would give your 3 hitter a green light on 3-0 with a lead, 3-2 lead in the game. Taken all the way, it's a 4-pitch walk. Even if he had the green light, well, we'll never know. That was not a pitch to swing at. So here comes the cleanup hitter with an opportunity, Andrew Ashworth. Catcher, but not before a conference between Tony Columbus and Joe Ruthier, and a conference between the batter, the on-deck hitter, and your third base coach. First and second, 1 out. I would think with your cleanup hitter up there, you throw the sacrifice out the window with 1 out.
Number 17, Andrew Ashworth.
I might just be talking hitting strategy, like what kind of pitch to look for. Key spot in the game, a 1-run game. The Titans trying to add to their 3-2 lead with the cleanup hitter up there. First pitch swinging, ground ball, possible double play ball to second for 1, to first not in
little
time.
Hesitation, little hesitation.
Just a half step too late. Who had the hesitation, you think? Was it the shortstop that fielded it?
Now batting, number 24.
Second
Alex
baseman.
Richard.
Couldn't get it out of his glove.
Second baseman. So to third base goes Latham. McCarthy was cut down at second, score at 6-4. Ashworth is at first with 2 outs. Alex Richard, who doubled and was doubled off of second his last time up, takes a breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 1. I believe he took a fastball down the left field line on the first pitch the last time up, and taking a mental note on that. Curveball right at the shortstop, and a flip from Alex Amigo to Kozira, and that is the inning. So no runs in for the Titans, despite sending 5 batters to the plate.
Yeah, with a batsman and a base hit.
That's what I did wrong here. 5th inning. 6-4.
So we're in the 5th. It's a 3-2 game. So this is a big inning for the Panthers coming up. 3-4-5. Matalewski, Prescott, and Owen Amigo.
Right. So it's NashuaETV, the education station. So far tonight, we've learned from Tom King that the Phillies, the Phillies is the oldest nickname in organized professional sports. 1883 it goes back to, the Philadelphia Phillies. We learned that Dave Kingman hit a 180-foot pop-up that stuck in the Metrodome roof, the Metrodome that no longer exists, and was awarded a double. We've also learned that the oldest pitcher-batter confrontation in history took place 10 years ago on May 4th between 49-year-old Julio Franco and 44-year-old Hall of Famer Randy Johnson, on a bat in which Julio Franco homered at the age of 49 to set another record. Let's see what we else can learn here. May 4th, 5 years ago, an anonymous bidder paid $418,000 for a baseball.
Wow.
And it was a baseball from the 1986 World Series. Guess which baseball it was? 1986 World Series baseball.
Which baseball?
Yeah.
I don't know, the one that Buckner bobbled?
Yeah, that missed entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That was missed entirely as well.
Yeah,
and a
up the middle.
hit by Mataluski. I smell something going on here, John.
Yep, the Titans have something brewing again.
This is exactly what Nashua North did not want to see.
Well, the Panthers have another thing brewing here. They're 1 run down. They've got the leadoff batter aboard in Mataluski. C&I single up the middle. Alex Parrott. Good. Goes to the backstop, and they put the tie run in scoring position with a wild pitch. Down to second, Mataluski. Parrott's the cleanup hitter. He's a good hitter, but he's been stifled tonight. Struck out and grounded out to second. Center fielder, cleanup hitter for the Panthers, has a chance to tie this thing up. Big swing, fouls it straight back. Got the 1-0 fastball right down Broadway and couldn't square it up. Tony Gallinaro straight away, and pretty much straight away, or maybe a step toward the line, is Grant Coy in right field for the Titans. In other words, there's a big gap in right center. Slow curveball gets over, so 2 strikes now on Parrott. He swings through that one.
Ouch.
His second strikeout of the game.
So Prescott.
By Parrott.
That's Prescott. Isn't it? His last name Prescott.
Oh, it's Prescott?
I think it's
Sorry.
Prescott.
I had it wrong.
It looks that way, the way they write it in the lineup.
Yeah.
It always does, yeah.
So my Parrott versus Barrett rhyme from an inning or two ago is all wrong. It's Alex Prescott. Should have remembered that too. The previous game. Spinning away from that inside pitch was Owen Amigo. Hit by pitch doesn't do you much there if you're trying to be the batter that brings home the tying run. His first base is empty. Owen has struck out, reached on an error, stole a base, came home on a thrown error into center field on the front end of a double steal, and scored the second run of the game. Barrett suddenly struggling to throw strikes here. Gets a mound visit from Andrew Ashworth. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning of a 7-inning contest, and the Panthers trying to tie it up with 1 out and a man in scoring position. Foul straight back. That was just challenge time. Right over the top, right down the middle fastball from Barrett. Foul straight back by Amigo. Owen behind in the count now, 1-2. Tyler Arneson on deck. That's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To the Panthers left fielder. Not quite as cold as it was last night, but it's still early. Pitch. Foul straight back again. A repeat of a few pitches earlier. Owen takes his top hand off the bat when he swings. Big pop-up right side's going to find the seats. It reminds me of Steve Kemp, his swing. The way he finishes with basically butt facing the first base dugout. One hand off the bat, helicoptering. He'd like to square one up here, though, these mighty cuts he's taken. He hits this one hard and deep to left center. It is deep toward the track. It is down for a hit.
It is a gapper, and it's going to score a run.
The game is tied 3-3 on a 2-bagger, an RBI double by Owen Amigo, who did in fact square one up. Swing big, score big.
I told you, this was the inning that Barrett had to get by, and he wasn't able to do it.
Nadalewski scores. We're tied at 3. Momentum favors the Panthers right now as they come from behind. One of those foul balls hit the glass in front of you earlier. Was that your booth? Oh, you were downstairs, that's right. Yeah, I think it was your booth that took a hit. First pitch swinging was Arneson. He fouls it off. He's got a chance to give his team the lead. That was a late hack there by Arneson, who was fooled by the curveball. Front door curve probably would have been called a strike. So 0-2 on the Panthers right fielder. C.J. Barrett battling back. There goes the runner, fouled. Owen Amigo had the base stolen easily, but having to protect with 2 strikes on him. I think Arneson did a good job of fouling off what could have been called strike 3. So Owen Amigo back to the bag. He's got another pretty good lead out there at second base. And the inside move by Barrett, diving back in without a throw, is Owen Amigo. 1 out, 1 run in. 3-3 game. Tyler Arneson trying to put his team ahead for the first time tonight. Behind in the count, and that was a nice block by Andrew Ashford. Could have easily went to the backstop. Saw Hunter Pence for the Giants advanced 2 bases on a wild pitch last night in the major leagues. Owen Amigo's got that kind of speed, but the backstop here at Holman Stadium not very kind to any base runners that are thinking about taking 2 bases on a wild pitch, because usually it springs back to the catcher a little bit at least. Pitch up and away. We saw the greatest base runner of all time here, in my opinion. Some might say Ty Cobb, but we don't have enough video. Ricky Henderson get thrown out at home plate.
Yes.
He's trying to score in a wild pitch from third in the Atlantic League All-Star game. Netting acted like a pitchback when he was out. It was Damian Sapp, I think, that threw him out from home.
Arneson walks.
First and second now for the Panthers, still the 1 out.
As they're looking to take the lead.
And the baton gets passed to Zach Finkelstein, who has yet to put a ball in play tonight or get anything to swing at. He's walked twice. Panther first baseman with a chance to be a hero here, but first we've got a mound visit. And maybe a pitching change. Yes, we do. So C.J. Barrett will not get a chance to pitch to Zach Finkelstein for the 3rd time. Instead, we have a pitching change for the Titans. C.J. Barrett gets a nice round of applause as he comes off. Game tied at 3-3 here in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out and runners at first and second. What do you think the chances are that the whoever's playing these tunes tonight has the Simon and Garfunkel tune Mrs. Robinson? Mrs. Robinson by Simon and Garfunkel debuted on May 4th of 1968. So that's what's that? 49 years ago. Yeah, 49 years ago, Mrs. Robinson, of course, and the reason why we bring that up at a baseball game is the lyrics include the memorable question for Yankees former center fielder, "Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? The nation turns its lonely eyes to you." I think Joe DiMaggio was very much alive and kicking when that song came out, and he said, "I haven't gone anywhere." I think that was the quote. What are you young hippies talking about? Joe Berman is your pitcher. Joe Berman into the game for the Titans in relief of C.J. Barrett.
First and second, we have one out.
There go the runners, a double steal, throw to third, and he is out.
Yep.
What a tremendous throw by
Great throw.
Andrew Ashford.
Great throw.
Big out at third, and the speedy Owen Amigo is cut down. A straight double steal, a fastball, perfectly handled by Ashworth. He threw a bullet down to the third baseman, Alex Richard, and there are 2 outs in the inning. And it's still a 3-3 game. Now 2 outs and less chance for the Panthers to take the lead, but there is still the chance. Zach Finkelstein batting. Big swing and a miss, and I believe that caught stealing came on a fastball right down the middle, so it's most likely 0-2. Again, we don't have an operable scoreboard here. The new one still being installed for the Silver Knights and Nashua teams. Slow curve misses up, so we'll call it 1-2 to Finkelstein. A clutch caught stealing there by Titans catcher Andrew Ashford. That's also high, so 2-2, let's call it, on Finkelstein. Tyler Arneson is the runner at second. Berman's going to try it. There's the second baseman Sam Martin covering, but Arneson really hadn't strayed very far off the bag at all, and back standing. 2 outs. 3-3 game, potential go-ahead run at second base in the person of Tyler Arneson. Zach Finkelstein takes ball 4. So missing high has been Berman since coming into the game. Maybe that first pitch was a high fastball that Ashford threw the runner out stealing on. And the batter is Tony Columbus. Gets serenaded by Dean Martin again as he goes up there. Slow curveball way out ahead, so changing it up a bit. It was just fastball from Berman as he pitched to Finkelstein. Wouldn't you know it, first pitch to Columbus. Slow curve, strike 1. Goes to the curveball again, and he gets the call. That one might have been a couple inches outside at least, but Ashford made it look pretty good on the frame. 0-2. Checks his swing. They're going to appeal. The base umpire. No, they call him out, and that's not fair.
Ouch.
I don't think he went around.
Well, either way, they pick up a run on the double by Amigo.
After 5, the score is tied, 3-3.
Yep. So tied at 3 as we go to the 6th. Battle of the Bridge living up to its billing here at Holman Stadium. You know, that auction 5 years ago today when somebody bought the Mookie Wilson ground ball through Bill Buckner's legs for $418,000. At that same auction, memorabilia formerly owned by LA songwriter Seth Swirsky. Swirsky also put up for auction Reggie Jackson's 3rd home run ball from Game 6 of the 1977 Fall Classic. That went for $65,000. But the funniest item that went up for auction that day, or 5 years ago today. The Ranger cap that Jose Canseco was wearing in 1993 when a ball bounced off his head for a home run.
I remember that happening.
Yes. And
I remember that happening, yes. I also remember Canseco hurting his arm
oh, right.
at Fenway Park.
Right.
As a member of the Texas Rangers.
A bad move that was.
Yep.
That cap that Jose was wearing when he had the ball bounce off his head for a home run, one of the top baseball bloopers of all time, that went for just under $12,000. That hits the helmet. We're just talking about people getting hit in the head.
I know. You cannot give up easy base runners in a tie game like this. And
fortunately, Casey Lane is fine.
Ruthier knows it.
It might have been a breaking ball.
Ruthier doesn't throw hard. So
I tell you what, Casey Lane did that same thing earlier in the game where it was a breaking ball and he ducked his head forward, just under the ball. Previously, that one struck him right on the top of the helmet, and he's okay. He's at first base with a big lead, and Sam Martin takes a strike over the outside corner. So Casey Lane, who had grounded out and lined out, is a leadoff batter aboard in a tie game. Big hit by pitch. Sam Martin has singled and scored in 2 at-bats as Lane dives back in safely. Joe Ruthier has gone the distance to this point. He's pitching here in the top of the 6th inning of a 7-inning contest, facing Sam Martin for the 3rd time. Martin takes strike 2. So Ruthier hits the outside corner and the inside corner. 0-2 on the Titans' second baseman. Hasn't seen anything good to hit yet. He's down in the count. Everybody held their breath there because the umpire's been taking quite a while to make his indications. That was a ball just inside. As Ruthier nearly froze the left-handed hitting Martin. The pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Top of the 6th. Tie game. No indication at all that Casey Lane is going to steal.
Well, you got to think. That
he goes.
Gives me an indication.
Throw to second, and
they have him.
Safe.
Couldn't corral it.
Yep. A little more.
That lead told me he was going. There was no question about it.
And I think Ruthier. Actually, Ruthier's saying right now, I let him get too much, and his indication, and he might have just forgotten about Lane, who did the classic short lead, and the pitcher forgets about you, take a big lead, take off. Ball 4 anyway, so Sam Martin down to first base. I thought that was a 2-2 pitch, but I thought it was a 3-2 pitch. So mound visit, and that may be all for Ruthier. Let's see.
Very, very important announcement. Very
it is.
Important. All 8th graders call for their ride.
What was the call there? Did he walk him?
He walked him, and we have a pitching change. Joe Ruthier comes out of the game. He could lose it. He cannot win it. Could be the pitcher of record, that is. Carter Cormier into the game in a tight spot for the Panthers in relief of Joe Ruthier. Cormier will be facing Jack Gould, who has singled and popped to the pitcher in a tie game, 3-3 with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Right-handed batting Gould, a shortstop for the Titans, awaiting the first offering, and it misses high. The first baseman, Finkelstein, charging hard, expecting the bunt, no indication at all from Gould that he was going to lay it down. He is going to bunt, and it's fouled. Make the count 1-1. Hanging at third base is Hunter Ruthier. He is not charging. He is holding at third, so it'll be the pitcher's responsibility, Cormier's responsibility, to field a bunt on the third base side. It looked like, first of all, it looked like Gould is uncomfortable bunting, and second of all, that he might have been trying to push it right at Finkelstein, at first baseman charging, which would be a mistake. Bunts it in front of the mound. Finkelstein's got it soft enough so he only has one play, and the ball gets kicked into the outfield, and I think it's going to stand as safe at first.
Yep.
You can't really fault the runner for stepping on the bag and not veering off the baseline.
Wow. So play
if there's
first.
no intent, that's going to stand, right?
Bunt single?
Bunt single.
By Gould?
Actually, you're going to have to call it a sacrifice and an error. Even though it was kicked out of the second baseman's glove, second baseman Ryan Kozira covering, yeah. As long as the runner doesn't make a kicking motion, you can't fault him for just running through the bag. It's like a tag play. It's like a tag play.
Right,
the guy
kicked it out. Yep. And arguing it is James Guy.
It's not like a A-Rod play where he's slapping at the glove. He's just running through the bag, and you try to apply the tag. Even though it was a force out, he didn't hang on to the ball. So that's going to stand, and it's a lead for the Titans. Casey Lane comes home. Sam Martin goes to third base, and Jack Gould got the job done. He successfully sacrificed and reached on an error. And I guess you got to give it to the second baseman, Kozira, the unfortunate recipient of basically a shin to the wrist. Knocked it loose. Nobody out still here in the sixth inning. And big problems for the Panthers. The 9-hitter, Gallinaro, is up. Go to first base. Tony, in this game, has struck out and sacrificed. Has a chance to give his team a nice cushion here in the sixth inning. Carter Cormier's got some good velocity in that fastball, but he's got to corral it. He's got to bring it down. Ground ball off the pitcher.
Momentum took him forward.
The runner's going to come home, throw to the plate, and safe.
Slid in there. Alert base running. His momentum took him forward, just out of the reach of the pitch, of the ball coming back at him.
A
it's
slow
go as a fielder's choice, I would
exactly,
imagine, right?
Yep. Fielder's choice. A slow developing play. Sam Martin at third base, he played it smartly. He realized that if it was gloved cleanly, he could not score. There was not a force, so he didn't have to come home. And then he recognized that Carter Cormier had kind of forgotten about the runner at third momentarily, and he used that instant to break for home. It was great timing on the base runner's part, because that hesitation by Cormier, the lack of recognition that there was a potential base, a scoring run happening behind him, allowed Martin to sprint home and slide home just ahead of the tag by Ashford. So a 2-run lead now by the Titans, and still nobody out here in the sixth inning with the top of the order up. Alex Richard has scored. Casey Lane has scored. Is it 3 runs in the inning, Tom?
2.
2, okay. To the backstop.
It'll be 3 before you know it. It just comes up.
Yeah, Martin was the second run to score. Now there are 2 more runners in scoring position after the wild pitch with Grant Coy at the plate. Coy's batting for the 4th time in the game. He has struck out, grounded out, and singled. 1 for 3. That single plated 2 runs, 2 RBIs for Coy in this game. Back in the 2nd inning. Has a chance to bring 2 more home here with 1 swing in the 6th. 5-3, the Titans leading and looking to add to it. That misses up. First base is empty, so Carter Cormier can continue to try for quality pitches here, but infield's in. That's up and in, and it is a ball 4. So now nowhere to put him as Jeremiah Latham comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
Now batting, number 19, Jeremiah.
Jack Gould is the runner at 3rd. Tony Gallinaro is at 2nd. Grant Coy is at first base with great speed. And Jeremiah Latham is the batter. Latham has singled and scored. He's been hit by a pitch and grounded back to the pitcher. Mound visit. Panthers trying not to let this game get away from them, and I think by get away from them I mean if 1 or 2 more runs score. It's going to be tough to keep anybody. It's going to be tough to shut out the Titans for the rest of this inning as there's nobody out and bases jammed here in the 6th.
All the little things
in
this game.
Yeah.
That's how North does it. They're not a big hitting team. They're going to try to nickel and dime a little bit and make some fundamental plays.
Yep. Gould
but they're better at it this year than they were last year. That's the difference. They're a little bit more experienced now.
Lane started off the inning with a hit by pitch. Kind of ducked into one and accidentally. Bases loaded, infield in. Strike 1 is called on Jeremiah Latham. Panthers not wanting to surrender any more runs with nobody out. They'll be coming home with it if they get a grounder in the infield. Line drive, foul down the left field line. Too much slice on that from Latham. And it's an 0-2 count on the Titans designated hitter. Latham yanked a first pitch fastball from Joe Ruthier to right field for his hit in the 1st inning, but he's been late on the Cormier fastball. Check swing, up and away. The Panthers are, the Titans are, Panthers appeal that and it's no swing.
Got nobody out here.
Nobody out. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed.
Well, that changed.
Strikeout, a big one.
Sorry, Jeremiah, I jinxed you.
Yeah. Pat McCarthy, the 3-hitter up here in a prime spot. 1 out and the bases full of Titan teammates. McCarthy has walked, flied to center, and singled. He's 1 for 2. Timeout called for by Tony Columbus. The Panther catcher wants to just confirm with his teammates that they're going to go for a double play in the middle. The corners are in. The 3rd baseman, 1st baseman will come home with it if they get a ground ball. 2nd baseman and shortstop will go for double play. High fly to shallow center.
It's catchable.
It's caught.
Nobody's going, but you've got to make sure you field the
ball
throw.
Gets away, and here he comes.
Do it.
They'll score.
Just as I said, you got to make sure you field the throw, and they didn't do it. And who do you give the error to there? That was a catchable throw. I'd hate to give it to the center fielder.
Yeah, was it the catcher that went off his glove?
No, it was the pitcher.
It was the pitcher?
Cormier, yeah.
Yeah, you got to give it to Cormier,
Yep.
clearly. It went off the top of his glove, and it went over no man's land here in the on-deck circle for the Titans, and it was an easy decision for Gould at third base to score on an error by the pitcher, Cormier. So 3 runs in the inning. It is not a sacrifice fly by Pat McCarthy. He flied out to center, and then the error happened. And from first to second, and second to third go the base runners. Columbus finds it underneath them. No advance. 2 outs.
Just bad defensive plays.
Yeah.
By Nashua South. They've lost their composure a little bit.
Yeah.
But that throw
6-3
home,
lead for
that throw home, as I
Titans.
said, you've got to make sure you field the throw.
Yeah.
And the pitcher tried to cut it off.
Yeah. I mean, Tom, that's got to be cut off by the first baseman, really. But
Well,
you know,
first baseman's got to come all the way over to do it.
Yeah, no,
You know,
it was so high that he could have. And the thing is, we watch all these highlights on TV where the outfielder throws out the guy at third, and
right.
he wasn't going. He was just bluffing. So that's high. And that was a situation where the defense was just trying too hard. They didn't have to make a spectacular throw of any kind. They were just a safe one. Big spot for Andrew Ashworth. Fouls it straight back to the screen. The cleanup hitter for North. Got a pitch there that he could have potentially driven to that big gap in right center, but just missed it. Carter Cormier from the windup delivers. In the dirt, it's going to go over the head of the catcher, and it's a friendly bounce for the Titans to say no ricochet whatsoever. And trotting home from third base was Gallinaro with the 4th run of the inning for North. The 6, 7, 8, and 9 batters in the order have all scored for North here in the 6th inning. Still a runner at third base with 2 outs, and Ashworth is walked.
And now Richard comes up, and Richard laced that double that
Yes.
rocketed off the brick wall.
Before he got doubled off a second.
Right.
But he's the 9th batter to come up in this inning. The Titans have batted a round in the 6th.
Now batting, number 24, Alex Richard.
Now, if the runner at first steals, do you even throw down, Tom, to try for the 3rd out?
No, I wouldn't. I concentrate
Let him
on
take
one
it?
guy.
Yeah.
The guy at home plate, the batter.
All right. By the looks of it, the Panthers don't even expect Ashford to go.
Well,
Ground
it's a
ball at the
defensive
shortstop,
play.
flips
Yep.
to second
There
for the
you
out
go.
that ends the inning finally. But 9 batters come to the plate, 4
Runs,
score,
2 errors.
and it's a 7-3 lead for the Titans.
No hits. None.
Stop it.
No,
No
hits in that
hits.
inning. None.
Wow. There's your game story right
Hit
there.
batsman. Walk.
Error.
Sacrifice play
And
with
an
the
error,
error at
yeah.
first, allowing the go-ahead to score.
Fielder's choice.
Save it home.
Walk.
Allowing another run to score. Walk, strikeout, fly out, error on the throw, on the play on the throw, and then a wild pitch.
Wow.
Who needs hits? Right?
Yeah. Wow. Bottom of the 7th we go. The only silver lining for the Nashua High South Panthers is that they have 2 more at-bats. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Joe Berman back on the mound for the Titans. Ryan Kazera is the batter, second baseman for the Panthers. Kazera, who turned the only double play in this game tonight. Am I correct? The line drive to the second baseman. Takes a strike, so 1-1 is the count. And that brings me to the most double plays ever in one game in the majors occurred on this date. Oh, he gets hit by a pitch and he's upset about it.
And that's, well, let me tell you, that is a big, that's a big no-no here, because that's what started the last inning.
That is what started that 4-run inning for the Titans.
You just hit number 9.
You did. And you should just say, thank you very much, I'll take it. At the Astrodome, 1969, Houston sets the National League record, turning 7 double plays against the Giants. Astros did win the game 3-1. Joe Berman's pitch is in there for a strike. Alex Amigo up for the 4th time tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk. He's the leadoff batter in the order. That's in the dirt outside and low. Berman hit the first batter of the inning, in danger of walking Amigo here.
Nice pitch.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say it. I think it's 1-2 now.
That's a late strike call.
They've all been like that.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention because I've been doing some writing here, but that's a.
That is. You
that's
have to
a
wait.
late one.
Yeah. I don't think Zip Collins would be too pleased with that.
No, I don't.
If he was still with us, his 125th birthday today. If you missed it earlier.
The Zipper.
Yeah. Slowly hit ground ball toward the shortstop. It's going to be a tough play. Only one play to first and safe. The speed of Alex Amigo. A infield single.
Right.
And a big play.
A hit batsman, an infield hit. And now you've got that dangerous part of the South lineup.
Yes, down 4. That's a big play. First and second with nobody out. Joe Ruthier will be the batter. Now, what was that indication? I didn't quite understand that. Fouled off to the right. Is something about the DH maybe? I don't know. The umpire looked up here and he pointed towards home plate with Ruthier up there. Ruthier's been up all game. This is his 4th time in this spot. Hard hit at the shortstop off his ankle into left field. They're going to wave the lead runner home. There will be no play. To third base goes the trail runner. And that's going to be a tough error on the shortstop.
Error, base hit off the ankle.
Yeah, the inside, the instep there.
What do you think?
I think, you know, in Gould's favor, I think he was screened, but I guess you got to give him the error because it went between the wickets eventually.
So E6.
Yeah. It's a tough error, believe me. That was a 100-mile-an-hour ground ball.
That's the other thing. I think I'm going to give him a hit on that.
All right. You're the man of the record, so I'm usually the one handing out hits.
I know it.
Jack
what do you say, high school sports? We going to score that a hit? We're scoring it a hit? All right.
Stolen base, throw it on the third, back
almost,
safe.
Yeah.
So
a hit and RBI for Ruthie.
And he's on second now.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't mind giving him a hit. He hit the heck out of it. So
yeah, that's just it. It was a very hard hit ball, so I'm going to give that a hit.
And I think Gould got screened.
Yep.
By the runner that scored. That was Ryan Kozira, who line drive right center field. It's going to get down.
Scored 2 runs easily.
And it's going to be a 1-run ball game. Clutch hit. Mason Matalewski makes it a 7-6 contest. And still nobody out. Alex Amigo scores. Joe Ruthier scores. A ringing single off the bat of Matalewski. The 3-hitter comes through. Hey, do you have Matalewski 4 for 4, or is he got a walk in there?
I had reached on an error.
Oh, an error
at the start.
Oh, you gave an error on that?
Yeah. Yep.
I can't remember now what happened on that play.
But I gave an error on that play.
Okay. I wish I could remember exactly.
I gave it an E2.
An E2?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It was a swinging bunt.
Yeah,
I thought he beat it out. I know it bounced, but I thought with his speed, even with a good throw, it would have been a tie.
Yeah,
that's what
I gave.
I
thought he would have been out with a good throw.
All right.
So I gave him an error.
And what about in the 5th inning? How did he get on in the 5th?
Straight single.
A single? Okay.
Single, yeah.
So he would be 4 for 4, except for Tom King.
Right. He was 3 for 3.
So he's 3 for 4 with an error. He reached all 4 times. Matalewski having a great game as the DH for the Panthers.
And he's got 3 RBIs.
Right. Strike call, generous strike call in the outside corner. Alex Prescott batting for the 4th time tonight. He's hitless and due. 7-6 ball game. Berman misses outside with the curve or slider. Bottom of the 6th inning. Panthers putting themselves in a great position to tie this up or better here in the 6th. That's outside. In the heart of the order, trailing by a run. Potential tie run at first base and go-ahead run at the plate. Nobody out. Joe Berman laboring here in the 6th inning. This is the 5th batter that he has faced. Ground ball over the mound, could be 2. Steps on the bag. Sam Martin, nice play.
Wow.
Big double play.
That is a rally killer in a way. Wow,
yes.
Nice play by Martin. A 4-6-3, a 4-6 double play, a 4-3 double play.
4-3 double play.
You've got, that erases the runs and base runners. And 2 outs, nobody on. Owen Amigo up.
Yeah. Owen Amigo's got to start it up again like he did in the 4th inning when he reached on an error where his speed forced an errant throw by Gould. Takes a strike. Slow curveball from Berman. Just misses him.
Curve that doesn't curve.
Not much. Owen Amigo would love to just get on and steal his way around the bases. He's got the speed to do it. Oh, he goes for one in the dirt.
You got to think they figured this was going to be the inning that they take the lead, or at least tie it up.
At least tie it up. Nobody out. They're higher the order up. I guess I jinxed him by talking about the anniversary of the most double plays ever. That's a plunk. On base is Amigo.
And you know he's going to be running.
He scored twice already. He had a big double his last time.
Reached base 3 times.
Yeah.
Hit by pitch, an error, and a double. And now you've got
with
Arneson
his speed, that's as good as a double.
Arneson with a bunt single, strikeout, and a walk.
And I'm pitching out if I'm North right here in this first pitch.
I think you're right. I would be too. And I think Guy knows that, and he's not going to have.
Instead, he gets a strike call on what almost was a pitch out.
Right. In the wide strike zone.
Yeah.
And
he's got to be going now. No, throw over to first. Trying to sell it was McCarthy. Almost like he was about to run off the field after the tag. 0-1 is the count on Tyler Arneson. That gets through, and he doesn't have to worry about stealing because he goes through on a pass ball.
That's definitely a pass ball. Tough one for Ashworth.
Ashworth has been solid back there. That was uncharacteristic of him tonight.
So now you've got speed at second base.
With 2 outs, he'll be off with the ping of the bat. That's up and away.
Yeah, they're going wide on Arneson.
But do you want to face Zach Finkelstein and his 3 walks tonight? If there are men on first and second, you can't walk home a run from that situation. But then again, you can say Zach is due to get a pitch to hit tonight sometime. Excuse me, check swing.
Yeah, but he knows he missed it. He knows that was a pitch that hung up there, and he knows he swung late.
Yeah, this pitch he could have driven into that left center field gap if he squared it up. Berman peering in for the sign. Owen Amigo leading off at second base. Swung on and missed in the dirt. And the throw on the first retires the side. The strikeout of Arneson. But the Panthers get 3 runs to make it as close as you can make it. 7-6 is the score as we go to the top of the 7th inning here on NashuaETV. North leads South by 1. Tom, I mentioned 10 years ago the oldest matchup. Randy Johnson at 44 versus Julio Franco at 49 years old. Major League game, Chase Field. Julio Franco was playing for the Mets, and Chase Field is the Diamondbacks home field. Randy Johnson gives up a home run to the 49-year-old Julio Franco. But the gall of Julio Franco at 49 years old, not satisfied with just hitting a home run, he steals second base in the 9th inning at 49 years old in a major league game. I gotta look that up on YouTube. That must have been an amazing moment. So we go to the top of the 7th. Chance for an insurance runner runs for the Titans, leading 7-6. The batter, Casey Lane, who also led off that 4-run 6th inning with a hit by pitch. Or is it number 12? Let's see. Number 12. Yeah, Casey Lane. This is like a new pitcher in the game, Tom. Number 18 for South. Look at us up here on the roster that you were so kind to send me. It's Zach Finkelstein in from first base to pitch. Let's see who's over at first. That's Hunter Ruthier that moves from third to first. That means we have a new third baseman. Connecting all the dots here. I'll get you that name in a minute. Finkelstein's pitch fouled off to the right this time. So Casey Lane fouling off to the left, the right. Just has to get one between the lines somehow. As Finkelstein gets a new baseball. Top of the 7th inning of a 7-inning contest. The Titans hunting for an insurance run here, up 7-6. Poke toward the second baseman. And in time, over to first base. Of course, we saw a similar play in the Daniel Webster College game last night. Riviere made an error on a similar play, and that extended the game ad infinitum last night.
Number 2, Sam.
Actually led to an 8-run inning for the Eagles in their last ever inning of offense in the school's history. Instead, it's a routine ground out here in Battle of the Bridge. Ground ball past the mound, kicks off the mound, tough play.
Nothing routine about that infield hit.
Infield hit all the way. So
Martin.
Sam Martin, continuing to have a great game here tonight, is on base with 1 out. Martin before that had singled, walked, and scored.
Number 4.
Grounded out, and now singles again. He's 2 for 3. And on base here in the top of the 7th. Curveball outside corner, strike 1 to Jack Gould. The shortstop is 1 for 2. Had a big sacrifice in that 4-run 6th inning in which he was crossing first base and accidentally kicked the ball out of the fielder's glove. Hit by the pitch. First and second for the Titans now with 1 out.
Now batting, number 9, Tony Gallinaro.
Been a lot of hit by pitches tonight. Sam Martin trots to second base, Gould to first, and Tony Gallinaro grounded back to the pitcher his last time up. Men on first, second, and third, and Carter Cormier kind of panicked and turned into a run-scoring fielder's choice, and Gallinaro reached without Carter Cormier getting anybody out. Led to that 4-run 6th. Strike 1 to the Titans 9-hitter. Foul tips that one. 2 strikes. The lead base runner, Sam Martin, will have to retreat. He thought it might have been a swing and a miss and a wild pitch. 1 out, 2 on.
The second guy get on there, John? Walk.
He singled, Sam Martin infield single, which you awarded. And Gould goes hit by a pitch.
Hit by pitch, another hit by pitch. We've got about 4 in this game.
At least.
Surprised Gallinaro's not trying to square it back.
I think one team said 4. Let's see. Two hit by pitches for the Titans.
Up the middle.
Base hit all the way. They're going to wave him. Sam Martin's going to come home. The throw to the plate.
Not in time.
Not in time. 2-run lead. Insurance run for the Titans. Still 1 out. Still first and second.
Base hit.
Big hit for Tony Gallinaro. Base hit all the way. A ringing single
Now batting,
to straightaway
6,
center.
Grant.
And an RBI. Surprised that the trail runner Gould didn't go to third on that throw. But he is in scoring position. Top of the order, Grant Coy with his 5th plate appearance tonight. Strike 1. Grant has grounded out, singled, home 2 runs, got 2 runs batted in. He walked and struck out. Good block by Columbus on a ball in the dirt. 1-1. Coy is the right fielder for North. A leadoff spot in the batting order. Chance to add to a 2-run lead. That's high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Finkelstein comes set. The pitch swung on and missed. Challenged him with a fastball there, and it's 2-2. Might have been tipped into the mitt. Line drive in right, sinking fast, base hit. played on a hop. They're going to hold the runners, and there's going to be a pickle.
Yep.
As overrunning second base, and he's going to get tagged out. Throw to second, not in time.
But
Second
I thought
and third,
the
2
smart
out.
play was to hold the ball yourself and tag the runner out. Because if you had started to play pickle, you might have had the runner at third try to score. And I think anytime you rush to throw home like that in high school baseball, it's not going to work. It's going to go. It's going to be thrown away.
You're right, Tom. The lead runner should have just taken off.
Yep. Should have forced the throw, but he never
forced
did.
the throw, and Jack Gould was the lead runner. Gallinaro was the one that made the base running mistake, so it goes 9-5-6 on the putout of Gallinaro at second base, or in between second and third, for the second out of the inning. 2 runners are in scoring position, though, for Jeremiah Latham. So not out of the woods yet are the Panthers. You know, you're playing with house money with a 2-run lead on that single, Tom. I would have sent the lead runner. Make him throw him out at home.
No, I agree.
Yeah. And that's what tripped up Gallinaro. He's figuring they're sending him all the way. I mean, the right field is playing that on a deep hop. Make him throw the guy out at home. It's a ball to Latham. Nice hit by Grant Coy, by the way. Deserved to get an RBI on that. He's at second. Ground ball right side, gobbling that up, I believe is Kozira, and that is the third out of the inning. But one big run comes home. It's a 2-run lead for the Titans. Could have been more. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is a 8-6 lead for Nashua North over Nashua South. Battle of the Bridge, Thursday, May 4 on NashuaETV. To the bottom of the 7th we go. The last chance for the Nashua High South Panthers, and it's the pitcher currently, Zach Finkelstein, who'll get leadoff duty with his team trailing by 2, 8-6. The Midnight Train, that was Journey, correct?
Yes.
Great song. That was what I was on last night, the Midnight Train home after that 4-hour game. This one will not be 4 hours.
I had leftover haddock to eat last night for dinner. I said, no, we're going to wait another night. You know why?
Why?
We'll go with soup, because I was freezing.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
And since this is the education station, I'll let you know that they stopped selling adult beverages at the Cumberland Farms at 11:30 on the dot. I beat it by 1 minute.
Really?
Yeah.
What adult beverage did we get, Mr.
On
Collins?
Amherst Street.
Really?
Make Ultra. All right. So
I haven't had Ultra in a while.
Joe Berman.
We can't talk about that because this is the education channel.
Well,
and we don't want to give them too much of an education.
That was a point of education, I believe, right there, that the stores stop at 11:30. Even though it's supposed to be midnight, but I guess they're playing it safe. Much like the third base coach played it safe in that last half inning.
Yep.
And only 1 run scored for the Titans. So not an insurmountable deficit here for Zach Finkelstein and the Panthers as he golfs at one and it is fouled back.
Give her her phone, she says.
Yes.
Very loudly. We all heard it. With headphones on.
Big swing, a foul tipped into the mitt, strike 3. Joe Berman has done the job since coming on in relief for the Titans. That can, Dean Martin and singing When the Moon Hits Your Eye can only mean one thing, a Tony Columbus at bat.
That's right. Don't you love it?
Yes. First pitch swinging, is that fair or foul? It's fouled by inches. Sizzles one just past the third base bag, nearly hit the base with that. Pop up, playable. Long run, it's going to fall.
Catches ball, John Collins. Catcher could have had that.
At the pro level, that is a pretty easy catch for a
The
pro.
catcher stood and watched.
Right.
Where he had the time to run over there faster and get there quicker than the first baseman, I think.
That was about a full 90-foot sprint that he was asking
this is a two-run
McCarthy
game.
to make. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long sprint for McCarthy.
It was.
Ashworth needed to make that play.
Right. Still one out, and still up there is Columbus. Titan fans wanted that. All the umpires in the stands to our left. It's a ball. Columbus 0 for 3. Pokes it to left.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Base hit, Tony Columbus.
Yep.
Discovering some open grass out there in left.
I'm telling you, you give it a hitter a second life.
Now batting, number 12.
It's dangerous territory.
Kazera was hit by a pitch and scored
because
outset.
you're going to have to now get into Amigo, Ruthier, and Risky territory.
Yeah. You know, it's a big hope now.
This is not an easy game here.
May the 4th be with you. What's that song? What's that movie that has the hope in it? Is it A New Hope or something like that? The current one, the new one? There's a new hope. There's new hope for the May the 4th be with you. Yeah? No? Teletubbies? No?
Telling you what.
I'm telling you, the umpire, you go Google it. Google it. The umpire looks like a Teletubby silhouette.
You're living it all over again, Grandpa.
Line drive. Is he going to get down? It's caught.
It's caught.
No, it's down, and the runner's going to be forced at second.
Yep.
A force out.
A tough play. Kazra hits the line drive, but Columbus tough on the right field.
Columbus kind of gave up on the fact that it could have been loose. The ball was loose. Like a loose puck under the goaltender in the NHL playoffs right now.
Is that still
Grant Coy? I don't think he ever really had it.
Is that still Coy in right field?
I think so, yeah. He did a great job of positioning himself and charging that ball. He just didn't glove it, but he was able to turn it into an assist. A 9-6 fielder's choice putout. So robbed of a hit after the fact was Kozira. 2 outs, down to their last out now are the Panthers.
I'll tell you what though, presence of mind for Coy to make that throw.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the infielders were yelling at him too.
And he's got a 2-run single in this game.
Alex Amigo is up there for the 5th time tonight. He is 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. Carves that one to
tough out. Amigo is going to be a tough out. Berman is going to have to really bear down to get him here.
Yeah. Tell you what, couple singles, couple hits here, and you never know.
Oh, it's just more, a couple hits, and we got,
with speed on the bases.
Yeah.
Yep.
A couple hits, and we're here for a while. So
Yeah. Midnight Train?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
And a serious adult beverage when I go home. Pitch is down low. Tell you, I missed that scoreboard.
Yes. Yeah.
Get that sucker working.
I can't stop looking to my left every time.
Exactly.
Joe Berman trying to get that elusive 3rd out. Ground ball slowly hit left side, charging it, throwing it on the run. Out at first.
And a stretch at first base.
Great play by 3rd baseman Alex Richard to end it.
Great game, John Collins.
Excellent game, Tom King. 8-6, the Titans take this Battle of the Bridge of 2017. Will they meet in the playoffs? Who knows? Will they both make the playoffs with either one? We'll find out as the season progresses. For Tom King and our cameraman Tim O'Neill, I'm John Collins, thanking you for watching this NashuaETV broadcast. The Titans take it 8-6. Good night from Holman Stadium, everybody.